to Standby Live. Check out how KENS 5 Chief Meteorologist Bill Taylor began Tuesdays with Taylor.
So I know that you speak to schools a lot. So
I love it.
What do you do with the kids?
So I'm really proud of, I've been blessed with Tuesday with Taylor for 13 years this year. When my 19-year-old was in first grade, they said, why don't you do some weather for us on the announcements? I said, okay. And they had it on TV. I was like, this is cool. And so I would just do the weather. And then it evolved. Then I said, well, what if I have the child ask a question? Okay, so here's a question from Jimmy in Miss Rodriguez's class. He wants to know, how does a tornado form? Okay, Jimmy, let me show you. And I, just do a quick little illustration on the board. And then I said, what if we tell a joke too? And we tell little fun kids jokes. What do you call a teacher with a hidden gas problem? A private tutor. Come on. It's just great stuff. And so, it's like all these different elements that evolved, but Tuesday with Taylor has been now part of, my thing, It's become like my little thing. And I love it. What started so casual just evolved, and I've done it every year, and it was always at my girls' school, right? Well, then when my youngest got out of elementary school was when I said, I've got to keep this going. This is just too good. How should I do it? And I decided, well, I should visit campuses for a length of time. And it's just something, I said, how should I do it? Well, that sounds right. Give me enough time to be invested in that campus with those kids, that they see me, they ask the questions, they get comfortable. And then we have enough time too to explain, over the course of that time, because things come up in the weather, like if there was a hurricane hitting, then we'll talk about a hurricane this week, and I'll teach them a little bit about that. But it's still on the announcements, 7:45 to get their day started, a little science, and it's been great. It's been really fun. Yeah, so I just kind of choose schools randomly, and I stay there for an 8 to 9 week stretch every Tuesday, and then I go to the next school. Because I wanted to keep it in the elementary. When they're first introduced to meteorology, the water cycle, and how this all works.
Wow, that's great.
It's been cool. It's been really fun.
So what do you love most about that?
Teaching and developing my skill, because what they don't know is how much it helps me. If I can explain it to a fourth grader, I can do it over there on the weather wall and do it effectively. Because ultimately people love learning how this all works, the dynamics of the atmosphere. They really do. And so if you can take this science, which can be very complicated, and get it to a third grader's understanding, well, then you can certainly do it on air. And I think that's a great skill set. Because you can't get on there and talk about upper level divergence and lower level, people are, is it going to rain tomorrow or not? Is it going to be hot or not? That's all I want to know. He's getting into all this adiabatic cooling. I don't even know what he said. I'm not, And so it really helps. And then plus, I'm training future viewers. You see? I'm training future viewers, And so,
connecting with you.
Right. And that's key. I mean, there's so many platforms now. And who knows what platform these second and third graders are going to use when they're adults? There's no telling. But I know that hopefully they'll remember Bill Taylor.
I'm sure they will.
Right? I hope so. Because we have a lot of fun. And usually what we do too is the class that has the highest attendance during my 8 to 9 week stay gets a tour of the station.
Oh, that's great.
So we promote attendance and coming to school.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
I bet they love coming here.
They do.
And then seeing you in action too.
Absolutely. And that's another great thing I always love to do. I give tours as much as I can, or as much as there's opportunity, because it reminds me of how special this all is. We come to work just like anybody every day, right? It's our job. But unless you really step back and go, this is really kind of cool that I get to do this, then you could get bogged down and become that just curmudgeon. We used to do it this way. In the old days, it was much better. These kids today, I'm not going to be that guy. I love. The technology is changing so fast that it's neat to watch it and to show people that have never seen it before.
There's a lot of people, they don't have this experience of seeing what it's like to be inside, a TV station and the sets and how things work and how weather works and how you get that map on the screen and how you move around. They don't get to see that, but.
And all the people that do it. You know, it's
Yes.
remarkable, and it's wonderful that when I take the class into the newsroom that a producer will take over the tour for a minute and explain this is what we call a
Yeah.
rundown, this is a VO and a package and all of the, nuts and bolts of a newscast.
Yeah, they get to see all
Yeah.
that. You know, it takes a team to get this whole thing off the ground.
Absolutely.
Clearly, Bill Taylor cares about his community. His Tuesdays with Taylor segment is a reflection of his dedication to educating area students about weather. I'm Angelique Garcia. Thanks for watching, and stay in touch and keep your eyes on the stars.